Hey guys, welcome to a hot take from Millennial's point of view. Today we'll be talking about the Pokemon Direct that just happened. I have my notes right here so we can kind of go in order of the way things that happen. So first up, they revealed new Mystery Dungeon games, which they looked like remakes, if I'm not mistaken, of the Game Boy ones, because the Game Boy one is the only one I ever played, like the very first one. I didn't get super far into it. I'm not super into the Mystery Dungeon series or really any of the Pokemon side stuff, besides Conquest. Conquest is great, but other than that, I'm not super interested in it. There is a demo available later today, they said, so I might give that a whirl, see what I think of it, but I don't think I'm going to end up picking that one up, especially if it's two separate releases, but I'm not quite sure on that one. And then the big announcement is that they had the expansion pass. Now, the expansion pass felt like it had a lot of things in it that should have been included in the base game. You know, a lot of legendaries coming back, a lot of Pokemon that we didn't get are coming. I mean, there is some stuff in there that seems like it is worthy of an expansion pass, like a whole new story aspect to it and new legendaries, that kind of thing. But overall, I felt like there was a lot of stuff in there that really should have been in the base game. And it's $30, so and that's $30 for each game, not just total. You can get $30 for Sword and Shield. You need to pay $30 for Sword and $30 for Shield. So if you have both and you want to get both, that's $60 right there. That seems pretty steep to me, especially when the Fire Emblem Three Houses one, I believe, was $25, and that comes with a lot of different stuff and a whole new campaign, that kind of thing. Maybe it's a little bit biased because I'm a much bigger fan of that game than I am Pokemon Sword and Shield. But you know, it just felt like a little steep to me. Well, let's see what we got here. They said that they were doing that instead of a third edition, which I can get. Like, that's pretty cool. But like I said, a lot of the stuff they added was pretty underwhelming. Oh yeah, the video looped like weirdly for the part 1 and part 2. I thought that was a loop, but I guess it wasn't. But it did cut off at the end really abruptly. They said today you can do blank, and then it cut off before they said what you can do. So that was really weird. That just felt like this whole Pokemon Direct felt a lot less well prepared than some of the other ones in more recent years. It felt like a older Nintendo Direct, like when they first started doing them, where it was a little bit like a hit and run, like, oh, maybe this one will be good, maybe this one's not going to be fun to watch at all. And I feel like this falls in the latter. If I had to pick between the two, it really wasn't that great. They're just kind of hyping up their own thing they got going on. And I mean, what else are you supposed to do in Nintendo Direct? I get that, but it's just so much of the stuff. As someone that I like Pokemon, I played Sword and Shield, I enjoyed it. It was okay, like a 7 out of 10, something like that. But I'm not the biggest fan of the series, and I feel like unless you're like really a hardcore fan, you weren't really going to get much out of that Direct. So as someone that's just somewhere in the middle as far as fandom goes, I really didn't enjoy it that much. Not much at all. Oh, and one funny thing is that the guy that takes you under his wing is called Mustard. I just thought that was really weird. A terrible name, to be honest. Like, I don't know why. Out of all the names they could have picked, why Mustard? That just seemed so stupid to me. As far as the legendaries go, the Cub Fu, I think it was called, I liked his evolution. It reminded me of one of the bosses, the big turtle boss from Mega Man X6, which, you know, Mega Man X6 ain't the greatest game in the world, but it reminded me of that, and I think it looks pretty cool. The base form isn't that great, but the evolution definitely looks pretty good. And then the other legendary was just okay to me. Glaceon, or I don't even know how to pronounce it, but it was okay. It didn't look super interesting to me, but, you know, it's not that bad. I'm happy that all the other legendaries are returning for this one. I think that's really cool. At least it seemed like all of them are returning. I'm not sure if they are excluding any of the other ones, but I felt like it was all of them, the way they presented it, which is really cool. I wouldn't mind getting a Groudon or something like that. I don't know if I'll get the expansion pass, but I guess we'll wait and see, kind of thing. It'd be easier to gauge whether or not it's worth the $30 after at least the first part comes out, and seeing what comes with that and how much it really adds, because I think the post game in Sword and Shield is abysmal, and there really isn't much to do in the game after you beat it. unless you want to do things like complete the Pokédex or Shiny Hunt or EV Train. So kind of make your own fun thing. I've always said that about Sword and Shield, is that after you beat the game, you just have to make your own fun with it, because the post game's like an hour or two, nothing really to it. And you know, besides the raid battles and getting the Pokédex, there isn't really anything I want to do personally after I beat the game, so I just kind of put it down after a little bit. So yeah, they said that they're gonna have 200 new Pokemon from old and new, mostly old, but like I said, that should have been the base game. They should have had all the Pokemon. I didn't really make like a big deal out of it whenever they didn't have all the Pokemon, but now that they're gonna make us pay for some of the Pokemon they didn't include, which people really wanted, I think that's pretty dirty. I don't like that at all. I think they could have done a lot better than that. I feel like some of this stuff definitely should have been free. I mean, have the expansion pass, you know, do what you want and make that its own thing, but I think including old Pokemon should have been a free update, especially with how strongly people reacted with it. Yeah, they also said that it has compatibility with Pokemon Home, but it's just with the current Sword and Shield roster and what they're adding in the expansion, nothing new. So it's really underwhelming with that as well. Yeah, and that really reflects my overall feelings on the Direct, is that it was pretty underwhelming. If you're not a huge, enormous Pokemon fan, like you live and breathe the Pokemon games, that's the kind of Direct that this was aimed towards. And I'm just not that kind of person, and I know that a lot of the people aren't that kind of person. There are some people that really like the Pokemon games that much, but if you do, then you're probably one of the people that ended up boycotting the game because they didn't put all the Pokemon in there. So I really don't know who they were going for with this one. I think was okay what they had to show, but like I said, it's not really for me, and I don't think I'll end up getting this one. You know, maybe, like I said before, wait and see what's in it. But just based on this first impression, I don't think I'll get it. I think it was a very lame Direct. We need a real Nintendo Direct soon, very soon. I think that we're going to get one because of the Smash DLC. They always announce those with the Direct. And, you know, that's coming up in February, so we'll see. I'm pretty happy that the last Fighter Pass wasn't Pokemon. I know some people were saying, oh, they might release that and make it like one of the Sword and Shield Pokemon, but I'm happy it's not that. I didn't think it would be because it's been all third party, so why would they stop now? But yeah, overall guys, pretty lame. Hopefully we get a real Nintendo Direct soon. And yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on the thing. If you guys, you know, like this kind of format for reflecting on bigger news stories in the gaming industry, please let me know down below. But yeah, I have some other stuff on my channel if you want to check it out. You know, I do a podcast, I do other videos. If you're interested in seeing what else I have to offer, then definitely give it a look. And if you like what you see, maybe consider subscribing, you know, help the channel grow. Small now, but hopefully in the future we'll get up there, growing slowly but surely. And I'll definitely keep on making content. I've been hitting it a lot harder lately and making content very consistently, and I want to keep that rolling into the future of 2020. But yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.